Home prices drop, inventory increases, a horrible job report, and so much more to unpack. What does that mean for Florida real estate? We're going to uncover all of that and much more in a monthly update, and it starts right now.
Hey, it's George and Jackie, and before we get into the first topic, which is sold homes, we want to roll out some data for you that might be relevant. We've got some information about the active inventory we wanted to share, so let's go right to it. What you're looking at is from our favorite data source. This is reventure.app. It's going to be in the description. You'll be able to join it. It's free. Please consider it. It does make great sense. We're currently looking at the sale inventory, homes available in all these different states. Lower right-hand corner, you'll see Florida, 144,730 homes.
And that's up. We were at 140,000 just last month.
Crazy. It just continues to go up. And there's a lot of things that are going to affect that. We're going to cover that. You're going to notice that Florida is the highest of all states, higher than California, higher than Texas. And that's why you can see that in red. New York as well. It is absolutely the top inventory state. There are more homes for sale in Florida than there are anywhere else in the entire United States. Crazy. Year over year growth. Let's take a look at that.
You're looking at now the year-over-year inventory, and again, we're focusing on Florida, and you can see 44.9%. Second behind us is just Georgia, but it's important to note that in Florida, we have basically doubled since 2020.
Crazy how much inventory is going on, and it looks like it's going to get worse. Okay, now this is going to seem a little contradictory, but we got an article we want to share with you all as well, and it talks about it. Well, let's jump right to it. Florida housing market dries up as new listings plunge. That seems kind of counterproductive.
Yeah, we're saying that inventory went up and it's plunging at the same time.
The inventory is still going up, but we're getting less homes on the market. That's what we're saying. Everybody's freaking out. So let's take a look at this real quick. Florida has experienced some of the deepest year-over-year drops in new listings in the entire country in recent months. Our analysis of the 50 most populous U.S. metropolitan areas by the real estate brokerage found that 4 of the 5 metros were the biggest year-over-year decreases in new listings in the last 4 weeks ending October 27th were in Florida. That includes Tampa with minus 23 or 32.8%, West Palm with minus 13.7%, Fort Lauderdale minus 10.3%, and Orlando minus 9.3%. So here's the thing. We have less homes coming on the market in the last couple of weeks, the last month or so. Everybody's freaking out because of the election.
That's what we keep saying.
However, our inventory is still going up, which means we have even less buyers too. So it's really getting kind of wonky out there. Let's jump over to how many homes have sold and talk about that. And for that, we're going to use the graph that Jackie and I always analyze.
Okay, so of course we're going to look at our big board, and as usual we concentrate on the far right column, which is the November data, which is really October. And as you can see, we've had 2,589 homes sold, but really those are properties that went pending more than a month ago, about 6 weeks ago when the interest rates went down. And I mentioned that because if you look at November 2023, you can see that fewer homes sold, 2,300, and then in 2022, a little more homes sold than 2023, 2,476.
So the thing is that we normally have a slowdown through the October, and then it shows up in the November. We're going to get a lot more closings in December. This is because the interest rates, we're going to cover those in just a couple of seconds.
Yes.
This is because the interest rates were thrown off. They went down with the forecast, which is terrific.
If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so because it does help us bring you more valuable data. And we really do appreciate all of you who are already joining us and watching us.
If you want to write a comment, we will respond. We're a little slow, but we try and get to every single one of them personally. So let us know. What you're looking at is an article from Mortgage Point. Home prices dip in top U.S. cities. Several major cities across the country are experiencing a drop in median home prices, as well as change for buyers facing years of affordability challenges. Florida cities include Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, and they've seen noticeable price decreases after the real estate boom triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic. Factors such as an influx in new residents, robust home construction have driven these markets to cool down. For instance, Miami experienced a 12.4% drop in the median list price, bringing it to $525, while Jacksonville and Tampa received a decline of 6.1 and 5.5. Now, what we're about to show you is the sale price, the average sale price in Orlando, and it's actually gone up. But don't let that fool you. Prices are starting to go down with all this pressure. Increased inventory. We
and
just
a lot slower sales, absolutely.
A lot slower sales. And the interest rates just went up.
Yeah. Yay!
No.
That's a joke.
We'll cover that as well. As I said, the average sale price went up and it's $466,359. That's in the Orlando area, greater Orlando metropolitan area. And you're going to notice that this is an increase, which we think is terrific. The problem is with this increase, it's because we're selling still the same number of $1 million plus homes, but we're not selling homes that are lower end, hence more inventory, less sales. Now, the price points, cool, looks good on paper, but with all this pressure, it can't be sustained. We're going to have an adjustment. Not a big one, but they're already saying 5 to 6%, and that's in our surrounding Tampa, Jacksonville, and Miami, and Naples are even further.
When do you think that adjustment will occur?
It's already happening. We're 6% down year over year. We're going to continue to slide a little bit. I think we'll probably end up at around 10% off of our high as a long-term average, as long as the interest rates can be fixed, and that we'll cover in just a second. The next topic I want to talk about is the days on market.
Days on market, as you can see, it continues to increase from 53 days on the market in October to 55 now in November, which is really October. I get so confused by that graph, to be honest with you, because I know it's projecting, but it's like we always have to go back.
That's correct. This is the summary for October. So every time you see November, we're actually referring back to the month. It's our first of the month report. Here's the thing. So we have our days on market going up. Let's take a look at nationwide and particularly over the entire state, because this is representative of Central Florida. It's an indicator, but I want to give you the state view. Check this out. Our Reventure app, we brought this up again. Florida, lower right-hand corner, 76 days on market. Now, only Louisiana is more. And in fact, Louisiana went up. Oh, excuse me.
Montana.
And Montana as well. So Montana and Louisiana are higher than us. Here's the thing. We were at 77 last month. But remember what we talked about, there's less homes coming on the market because everybody's freaking out. So our days on market actually went down, the days to contract. But what scares me is that shadow inventory. You know, the 144,000 homes still available?
Yeah, that's got to factor in.
That's got to factor into it. It's days till contracts accepted. That's what we see, but it doesn't show how many homes are still active. We're in a very precarious situation. The only thing that can help us right now is adjustments in price, which we're seeing, and of course, inventory, which is our next topic. I obviously meant interest rates. I just can't talk.
What you're looking at here is a chart that was provided to us by one of our lenders, and we're looking at the 30-year conventional rate, which is 6.786%. Now, full disclosure that we're talking about our lenders, so we're going to let you know that our lending partners can help you buy down the rate and also refinance at a no lender cost for you in about a year. So if you don't have a lender that you're working with that's partnering with you, let us know.
Yeah. No, so how the buy down works is that you actually buy down your rate for 1 year, which means you fully qualify. Your payments drop substantially because you buy it down about 1 percentage point. So that's 6.7. More importantly, what we're about to show you, which is really the indicator we've been talking about, it's a hell of a lot higher than it used to be. In just the last 30 days, it went down and then it went right back up. And the job report, we'll get to that. All right, let's go to the board. That's a real spike on the right-hand side, 6.2 to 7.09. Here's how I do it. I use a 740 credit score, 20% down based on the average sale price that we had that we just covered and based on the average interest rates. That gives me the affordability. But this tells me what somebody with pretty good credit can expect, and I use the same thing. It's a little higher than the true rate, but it's a fair indication. Folks, look at that spike. That is crazy bad. Couple that with, we just had yesterday the job report come out. We're filming this on November 2nd. The job report came out and we had 12,000 new jobs. Thank goodness 40,000 of them were government jobs. Horrific. Now, what does that do? It affects so much. It affects the economy in a whole lot of different ways.
Wait a second. Wait, you said 12,000 new jobs. 40,000 of them were government?
Yeah. You know what? Don't edit this out because this is great conversation. Yeah. Let's leave it in. So yeah, we had 12,000 jobs. We had 12,000 increased jobs month over month.
But 40,000 were government.
40,000 were government. We lost 48,000 that were regular. Now, this impacts the economy as far as stability, health of the economy. There's so much impact that comes into here, which ultimately we're going to see a quarter basis point rate drop almost guaranteed coming September 6th. That should have already been forecast. We should have seen that by now. We haven't. Remember that first one we showed you at 6.7%? That should be down somewhere around 6.2. We got as low as almost 6%. On our interest rates, and we were below that with our V8 FHA loans. It's too
bad we couldn't keep that momentum going. It's just,
well, they should have kept it going, but something happened, and I'm not a forecaster. I can't predict it. But it all comes down to, and the most important thing is going to be the affordability index. That's what we saved it for last. Check this out. It'll give you chills.
Take a look at that number in November, 53.4%. Above 50%, your DTI, you basically can't afford to purchase a home in Central Florida. However, we are assuming that you earn $100,000 a year. So of course, if you make more than that, then affordability is an option for you.
So how we do this is we take the average household income. Let's say we assume it's going to be $100,000, and we say, okay, so based on that, what's your principal and interest? And that gives us our affordability index. Now, we didn't include taxes and insurance. We didn't include homeowners. We didn't include your car payment. Anything over 50%, you're not going to get a loan.
That's just horrible.
Well, it
we
shows
were going in the right direction again, and then poof.
It shows how unaffordable Florida's become. That's again, we use $100,000. If you're making $200,000, you're fine. If you're making $75,000, you're not. Anything less. But the indicator is we're becoming less affordable again because interest rates and our price went up just a little bit, which is an anomaly. The interest rates have to be adjusted. We need a stronger economy. The job report didn't help. Bottom line is, if you're a buyer, hang tight. Don't buy anything. Okay, we're professionals. We make our money on you buying and selling homes. Don't. Okay, and if you're a seller and you're listed with us, you're the best price home. I promise you, anybody out there looking is dead serious. They need to buy right now. They need to be in a home. If you're going to buy a home, and you need one right now, and it's going to be for at least 6 years. Buy. You're cool. Call us. Let's get your rate adjusted. Our lenders work all over Florida. Let's make sure we can adjust it down, which will increase your affordability. There's a whole lot going on in the next couple of days as this election comes out, and it's going to ease the nerves of a lot of people. So get out and vote, because you'll see this probably Monday morning at the latest. More importantly, hang tight. If you're selling a property, be the best value, best price property. Make sure that you know how many days inventory you have in your particular area. Reventure.app will help with that. But I also want to bring this to you. If there's 20 homes that have sold in the last 4 months, that means 5 are selling per month, and there's 10 homes on the market, you better be in the first 5 as far as the best value and the best affordability, right?
Absolutely, because then you'll be the next one to sell.
Yeah, and if you're not, everybody else who's not ready yet, they're going to drop their price a little bit more and push that number down. We're in a declining market. Get in front of it, folks. That's our best advice. Now, I got a great video I want you to watch. Talks about what's coming in 2025. It's playing right now.